Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek at Origins 2017. I'm sitting down with Tony Galletti from Arcade Wonders, and you brought us Viral.
Yes, Viral. So Viral is our Gen Con launch, and what we're really looking at here is a game where we are all viruses. So you are playing a virus, in this case the green virus. I am the yellow virus, the other player would be the purple virus, and we are all invading the human body. And when you look at the board, you see the different organs, and the different organs are the territories. So what we're going to be doing is invading different territories to gain the points that are listed on the top section. The top is the point. You'll see a track along the edge here. So as victory points are scored, you will actually, or viral points are scored, you are actually moving your tracker down the list, and different things happen. So there's 6 different main stages of it. The first one we'll just run through real quick is you have a player card, and the player card
with the world's most adorable deadly pathogen.
Yes, has your deadly pathogen, but it also has a 1, a 2, and a little timer here. Now this is the core of the game, is I am only picking 2 cards, and everyone's doing it simultaneously. And what the cards are they are location cards that say what zone I'm targeting, and then there are mutation cards that say what is happening in these zones.
Okay.
So, for example, we'd all simultaneously take the 2 cards, and I could take these 2, and I'd put them down in my zone 1 to indicate that I am ready. Once everyone was ready, we would reveal and we'd simultaneously place.
Okay, so you got a where and a what?
Yes. So, for example, in this move, I placed...
You placed in the brain.
In the brain, and this is the infect symbol, so it's saying that I infect 2 times in the brain. And the blue indicates that it is a move that must happen in the zone you play. If it is not blue, then basically you can do it with viruses that are in other organs. So I would play that, and then I would put 2 viruses in the brain.
And I was going to say, there's a nice, most of your player aid here is a guide
to
the
different symbols. Yes.
Right, so you have a little cheat sheet right
so you have the cheat sheet right in front of you, because otherwise what happens then is, so these 2 cards, after being played, would move up to the cooldown. Then everyone...
The timer.
Yes, the timer. And then everyone would again play 2 cards face down, and this is all in the first stage. And then everyone would reveal them and perform those actions. If there is a slash mark, it means or. So basically, this would be putting a virus in the heart. And then what I would also do here is move a virus. And when you move, you notice that there are arrows. So the veins and capillaries have different directions they actually move in the body. And when you get down to the pancreas and the intestine, you'll actually have the mucous membrane here that allows people to move to different organs as well. So, but in this instance, what I would do is I then move one of my viruses from the brain. No, I would have placed, see, there's where some of the strategy comes. I would have placed this virus in the right ventricle. And then what I would have done is moved a virus here so that I am controlling this entire zone. And when you control the zone, that is when you gain points.
Okay.
So I'd have the brain, I'd have here, and assuming everyone else was playing down here, I'd be looking at moving up the track 5 points when we got to that stage. So these would also go to the cooldown there. And then after that, they go back into the hand. But okay, so no.
Because it just prevents you from continually doing the same
moves over and over again. And you're also playing a turn ahead too, because what happens is that they don't move into the cooldown technically until the end of the first round.
Oh, I got
so
you.
they all move to the cooldown at the end of the first round. So they won't be available for the next round of play. we'd move here then, and this is the research track. Now the research track is a naturally occurring thing where basically you look at these points and you score victory points. So I'd score 5, 3 plus 2, 5 points on the top, but my research track would also go up 4. So if your research path ever hits the very top, a cure has been found. And all of your viruses in the entire body are wiped. And then your track goes back down to the bottom.
Points good, research
So you
bad.
definitely want to look at some of the ones which have zeros and such. There are also, these are placed randomly from a number of selections so that some of them have minuses. And as you hit a different point in the game, after so many rounds have been gone through, you flip these over and then they have different point values. So that's the research track. But one thing I didn't notice or talk about quite yet is what happens when you have a whole bunch of viruses in the same place. Depending on the number of players in the game, the number actually changes. So like in a 5-player game, you'd need 5 viruses in a place, and then a crisis would occur in that area. Now, a crisis is the immune system of the body taking action on an area that is too infected. So everything at the end of the round, end of round 4, because of the little crisis symbol, gets wiped. So you have to keep a tab of what is going on and where your opponents are placing, because as you start placing more viruses into the body, the immune system starts triggering you, and the white blood cells come in.
So you want to have a strong position, but not too
strong. and that's where a number of cards come in. So as you go through, the different abilities on the cards could take place, and you also gain more cards through this system. So basically, you add different mutation cards to your chosen choices and such.
So I'm guessing that's going to be step 3, perhaps.
Yeah. So step 3 actually is the event. So the events actually time the game. So after 6 events occur, at the end of the 6th round, when there are no more event cards, the game is over.
Okay.
But events are little things like multiplication. In turn order, each player must place 1 virus in any order. Or number 2.
Literally number 2.
So remove all viruses in the large intestine. and different
The artwork on those is spectacular.
Flavorful cards that
Yes.
everybody has a good time playing.
Your illustrator must have had a blast with that.
Yeah, we're very happy with. We worked with Mesa Board Games.
Right. Yeah.
We have the English translation, and basically we worked with the development of this game a lot with them and their team. And Gil has just been wonderful. But yeah, we had a lot of fun talking about different things and of that nature. But as you go on, basically, you then have different absorb abilities go on. You throw down viruses, but you keep it to this very simple. You have 2 different sets of choices that you're doing. You're revealing them simultaneously. You're increasing your card stack. And basically the strategy is to gain as many points as you can while manipulating the research tracks and basically trying not to.
You know, my first thought sitting here is that I can't believe no one has done this as a theme before, because the body as essentially area control fits so perfectly.
I mean, when we saw this, we really knew there's a lot of dynamics that made the game just work.
There's
because,
a
you're
player
sitting
back
there
home.
and you're going, well, why? I've never played this before, and we wanted to keep it light and goofy,
right?
and a little bit more comical, because I mean, if this was an X-rated table or with anything like close to
be a little too much,
yeah,
perhaps. Yeah,
people would probably that we actually had a yellow color on the board to begin with, and people looked at that and they were just like, that just kind of creeps me out. But we tried to make it a little bit more friendly and
There's
inviting.
one of the players at home. who always wants there to be a thematic reason for every mechanic and rule. And this one seems to marry mechanics and rules very well in that, it makes sense that the immune system hits at a certain saturation point and that, the movement is determined by arteries and veins. I mean, that just everything seems to click very well, which means it's probably going to be relatively easy to learn.
Yeah, it's a fairly easy to learn game. It's definitely one that's harder to master because to pick it up, literally, we are picking 2 cards.
Right.
And then you're doing what the card says and putting down your viruses. It's then going, okay, well, if you're watching what the players are doing, the zones they've been playing, and you know where they can and cannot place, which means that as the game progresses, you start becoming much more hostile or tactical in your movements and going, well, no, I'm actually going to move my guy and attack your guy so that I gain control over this place, or defending your areas and stuff of that nature with the shields. So yeah, there's a lot of meat in the game,
Right, yeah.
but you can. It's very easy to jump into.
Well, I'm really glad you were able to bring this over. And if you guys want to check this out, this is Viral, which is a collaboration between Arcane Wonder and Mesa Board Games.
Yes.
And Tony, thanks for letting us take a look.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you having the time to have me on.